Minnesota mom accused of having the shagananigans with 2 boys, 15 at hotel. Why? Marital spat.
Well, women always have to have their justification for their poor behavior.
Well, I wouldn't have done it, but my husband made me so mad.
Well, here we go.
But yet they're under no control.
Listen, we've talked about this. Women add things to the fight bank.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't even know it.
You'll find out 10 years after.
And most of the time, like, oh, it's fine. Yep. No, it's not. Like, literally, in the back of her head, there's a whole library of shit she's going to pull out and fuck you over in the future. And it could be anything. Oh, you didn't change the diapers on Friday 18 years ago. So I fucked your friend. What? How did we get here?
Emotional damage.
I'm serious. Like any man who uses logic, you're like trying to follow the flow chart of insanity.
You can't fly that plane because that pilot's drunk as shit.
Yeah.
All right. It's a DEI hire. Okay. Just don't even bother getting on that plane. Just bail.
Like dudes are logical. Women are emotional. So she got all pissed off. She made an emotional decision that was bad. Then she pulled something from the library of fight to justify her poor behavior.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can speak from not my own personal experience, but close family relative. All right. Found out that his wife was getting hosed out at the fire department for years. And then when it finally all came out and, the divorce was on the table and they had a path forward, he's like, all right, look, just tell me why. Well, right after our first was born, you went hunting. Like, well, she was born early. I told you, look, I don't have to go hunting. I will stay home with you and the kid.
And she's all right, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
And there you go.
But it went into the fight bank, and then 10 years later, it comes out. Give me a break of that Kit Kat bar. What the shit?
The fight bank. It's a real phenomenon, gentlemen.
It absolutely is. These women will just harbor resentment and they will use it as a justification for deceitful treachery, the likes of which will make your balls shoot up into your abdomen.
Yeah, and it takes very, very little to actually set them down that path too.
Yeah, it takes very, very little.
Because a lot of these women today who are in marriages have already had 5 or more penises.
Yeah.
So after the 2 years or 3 year honeymoon phase is done, they are literally coasting along in this very narrow corridor of should I bail or not?
Well, where's the parameter? Like any type of consequence, whether it be financial, emotional, social, legal.
There's none for them.
There's no consequence.
There is down the road. But the problem with that is women are all about instant gratification.
And what do we call that place?
Boxed wine and
Boxed wine and Catland.
That's what it's all about.
Where is it?
You want me to put this up here? All right, I got it ready. It's right here. I came prepared today, mother fornicators.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no sweater.
God, you got me the fucking bastard!
You're just mad because I hit you in the mouth.
Cock in the mouth.
Could be worse. Could be worse. I'd be angry, but well,
it's true.
I got a mouth hug earlier, so
mouth hug with a head bob.
With a head bob, multiple head bobs actually.
Congratulations.
Good. Good for you.
I have to be careful with how I share my personal life around Pop because if I get into any detail, stop.
I know because she's like my sister. I'm like,
Well,
you're
it's
like setting the stage of nightmare fuel for me.
It's like when we show a video of somebody's leg bending the wrong way. He's just like, ah!
I have no stomach for that anymore.
I know, it's hilarious. That's why anytime those videos come in, I'm like, oh, this will be good. Put this in this folder right here. I'm gonna put a star by it.
Yeah, see what I'm working with here? It's good shit.
You know what? We wouldn't be dudes if we didn't, take pleasure in torturing each other.
Well, yeah, good friends.
It's all out of love, no homo.
No.
See, that's the way it works.
That is how it works.
Like, we'll literally bust your balls to your face and then guard your 6 with our lives.
Yeah, and then women are the polar opposite.
Yes.
They will yoslight you to your face and then talk all kinds of shit behind your back while they're shoving multiple knives into it.
Correct.
They do it to their friends, their own friends.
That's why
frenemies.
That's why we have the word frenemy, man.
Men don't have frenemies.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sure some dude. I mean, I know there are dudes out there who will like bang their friend's woman. Those guys are not your friends.
No, they're not your friends.
People who do that, like anybody, like you people, I forget who it was, what state. I think it was Pennsylvania. The guy sued the woman's boyfriend. He was married to her, and he like sued the wife. The wife was cheating on the husband.
Yeah.
And the husband sued the wife's boyfriend and won for like breaking up the home in a civil court for emotional distress.
Yeah, that's an old law from the late 1800s.
Wow.
I encourage people to do that. I am like you were saying, Pop. I encourage people to get litigious.
There need to be consequences. For
get
these
litigious.
Yeah.
Ugh. So what are the deets on this case here? She's 38, mother of 2, arrested after she had the allegedly, of course, had the shenanigans with 2 15-year-old boys at the same time. Now, what they haven't said this yet. There's a third boy in the room.
Who?
I'm wondering if he had a camera or something.
Was he just a watcher? He's a cuck
I
boy.
don't know. Allison Lee Chardon, 38 of Blaine, taking a staycation with her family at a hotel in Roseville, where a boys hockey team from Colorado was also staying for a tournament. So they wanted to put some snow on her Rocky Mountains.
That's not Roseville, Michigan, is it?
No,
this is Minnesota.
Good. Minnesota.
Minnesota, eh? So, boys hockey team from Colorado was staying for a tournament. Chardon began talking to the teenagers, who were both members of the team, in a hotel hot tub on the night of the January 14th. Told them that she and her husband were having marital problems. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you didn't just want to get your crevasse hollowed out. After the boys went back to the room, she sent one of them a Snapchat saying she just had a fight with her husband and wanted to come to the teen's room. Oh, I'm sure that fight actually happened, and it was totally his fault, right? Yeah.
She probably was all emotionally compromised, going to the library of Fight Bank and showing up and go hit it from both ends.
In the boys' room, the mother of 2 asked the boys how old they were and told them they were young enough to be her kids.
Oh, my God.
So let's fuck.
Oh, wow.
You see this man here? This man is dead inside because he knows he married a slootstitute.
Look at that face.
I know, right? It looks like he can smell her cootie juices.
I hope they are not still married.
Cootie juices smell like fishes. Cootie juices smell like fishes. She started talking about sex and stuff, asking them how active they were, and then got into bed with 2 of the boys. Shaden then began sexual acts with 2 of the teens, while a third watched.
I knew it!
And asked them to perform certain acts on her. 2 boys said they felt pressured and eventually told her she had to leave. She later showed up at one of their hockey games and texted the 2 boys after they returned home to Colorado. Chardon was arrested Thursday, charged with 3rd and 4th degree criminal sexual conduct. Restaurant server admitted to kissing and having sexual contact with the boys. She also confessed that she asked them for a condom, but claimed she wasn't going to go through with it, according to the complaint.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. I did smoke alcohol. I did smoke the marijuana, but I did not inhale. Yeah, you remember that one? Yeah. People were laughing at it back then, too. Well, you know, we didn't have sex. It was just the tip.
Yeah.
So shenanigans with 3 minors, but it's still her husband's fault because it was married. Oh, but we didn't actually do anything. No.
She got spit roasted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. These chicks, man.
But for me, it's like the biggest thing too. Like I can there's like the emotional, all that, but like there's the financial and reputational devastation that comes, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you change some of that, I think that could be a benefit, but I don't, with the amount of the racket that goes into it, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
These chicks, they just, it's gross.
What are you going to do, man?
Not get married again. I can't
no, I can't do it either.
To me, it's all about the concept of legal liability. It's that simple. Just legal liability.
It would be nice if we didn't have differential enforcement of laws. That's what it's not even just liability. It's about the differential enforcement. Men will be held accountable for this exact same behavior within an inch of our fucking lives.
Which is why we grow and why we're careful.
Yes.
We do what we do.
Women, slap on the wrist, if that. Most of them get probation, time served. 12 hours in the slammer, clam bacon with a couple of other chicks.
And a lot of them don't make the actual, essay registry.
Yeah.
They don't have to register.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the Troon from last week
Mhm.
molested a baby in a diaper. Doesn't
they
have to be
all-
on the sex
And got
offender
the
registry.
community service and couldn't go away because they might not get the hormone pills and stuff like that. That's insanity. To
Yeah.
me, that's just like
That's
that-
not health care,
No.
by the way. That's really what pisses me off is that they're trying to justify that special treatment because of its health care. That's not health care.
no, it's
You're
dysmorphia
taking-
going untreated.
Yeah.
It's actually medical malpractice. In my
You're
opinion.
taking a healthy body and corrupting it so it matches a sick mind. That's not health care. That's abuse.
Yeah.
That's abuse for profit.
I always go back to the argument. If you walk into the ER and you say, I don't feel I need my left arm, cut it off. They're going to be like, all right, we need a psych hold for 3 days.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen.
I
That's gonna
identify-
happen, but
I
cut my
identify
dick
as an
off.
amputee. Can you cut it off?
Can you imagine you're talking to your doctor like, hey, doc, what's going on? You see what's going on here? Can you
Yeah.
just cut that arm off? I'm not really telling it to do that.
Yeah, I've also seen Evil Dead 2. Can you not do that in my office?
Like literally, he'll be like, oh, yeah, sure. Right
Get
here.
me back my hand.
He's gonna walk out. 2 big dudes are gonna show up,
Oh my
put you in
gosh.
"I love me" coat,
There you
and
go.
give you a shot of something that knocks you out for a day.
I mean, you substitute any egregious scenario that involves cutting shit off, and you will get the appropriate reaction. But for some reason, when you want to have your shit cut off because you feel like you were born in the wrong body, we don't even question whether or not it's a mental illness anymore. Oh yeah, you know what's best, even if you're 4.
Yeah.
You can't drive yet, can't vote, can't buy porn, can't buy lottery tickets, can't even go to the store by yourself. You can't really make any decisions because, if you were to make decisions without anyone present, you would probably think you could fly off the neighbor's garage and wind up with a broken neck. But but totally. Yeah, you know what's best for you. These profiteering fuckwits actually have people convinced this is the moral thing to do.
Well, and the really scary part is there are a bunch of people out there who
Wow.
believe that it is.
They are brainwashed. And they're, like I said, they've been indoctrinated into the cult.
Mhm.
It is so important for them that the demonic shit they believe is moral has to be moral, and yet they actually turn their backs. They've taken degeneracy and made it into a morality.
A virtue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Well, you destroy the church, and then you weaponize the compassion,
Yeah.
and mercy against
Yeah.
us.
This was not a problem when, maybe we weren't teaching religion in schools, but it wasn't outright banned
Mhm.
like it is now.
Well, you have government officials. I mean, people know this. I literally have documentation from government officials similar to like, we don't owe you any ethical or moral responsibility. Okay.
Alrighty.
Like
then.
literally says that digitally, like the brazenness. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
way to create the atmosphere.
Challenge accepted.
Way to create the atmosphere.
Yep. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens down the road when enough of these kids start self-deleting. These parents actually hear the real story of the Dutch protocol that these people have weaponized to convince them that it's okay to do this to their kids.
Mhm.
And then when they realize it was all a big what do you call hoodwink, 3-shell Monty, people are going to start
They're
they're going to start taking some 9mm aspirin for their last headache.
I don't recommend that.
I don't recommend
Nobody
it.
recommends that, but
I don't recommend it.
history.
But yeah, history tells very similar stories and they all end the same way.
Yes.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.